The kids are down. The wife's asleep.
So in 4 hours, you drank 15 Busch Lights.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So at 8 o'clock, that's when you checked out and your wife had to deal with you.
Night time.
Night time.
Yeah.
Crack a beer. Pour a bourbon. It's After Dark. On ESPN Louisville Plus. Subscribe and smash that freaking like button. Now here's Justin Soforo.
Soforo. How do you
Soforo.
say Soforo? No, it's fur. It's fur, not four. That's why it's fur, man.
Soforo.
There you go.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Soforo. I don't know. Soforo? Soforo, my bad.
No, Soforo.
Here's Justin Soforo and Anna Tarullo.
All right, what's cooking? Welcome back into another edition of ESPN. I guess like another edition, like we're doing this all the time. It's been a little bit. It's been a minute. Welcome back in ESPN Louisville Plus After Dark. I'm Justin Soforo. She's Anna Tarullo, and we are back. I guess for this season, we're just going to call it seasons. We took a little bit of a break, a hiatus, if you will, but now we're here to talk all things cards, cats, whatever kind of nonsense we feel like. Anna Tarullo, thank you for coming back and joining me. Wasn't sure. I thought maybe. Yeah. I was like, is she alive? Is she still going to do this? But
yeah.
We're back.
I was feeling
we're back.
like a UK basketball recruit, caught in the court system, whatever it is. But we're back. We're ready to go. We just took a little sabbatical.
Well, it's also just like you can smell it. You can feel it right now. I'm watching right now. I finally got another TV on this side that I can watch while we're doing this. Also, it's putting a glare on here, so it's probably not great that I have it. But anyway, watching preseason NFL football. Like, it's back. We're back, baby. We're right at the precipice of college football season coming back. Obviously, we're going to talk about the story of the weekend, the story of the day, I guess, with Mark Mitchell and the University of Kentucky, and that finally coming to fruition. But before we do that, this is like a little recap, little catch up time. I apologize. We tried. I don't know what happened with After Dark. Weird Wednesdays with Street Pool, but I think we need
to bring it back.
We did a couple of. I really do. I love talking. I love doing the Weird Wednesdays. I need to invite Streeble maybe just for one of these, but it's been a little bit crazy and busy with that, so it fell off. But I felt like we could have definitely had a lot of fun with that, guys. If you haven't already, though, do me a favor: smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, go over to the YouTube channel, like and subscribe over on the YouTube channel, and of course we're gonna have it on Twitter and Facebook as well. But what's been going on in your world? How are you doing? And welcome back into ESPN Louisville Plus.
Thank you. I'm just trying to get back read up, plugged in on everything. Just spent the day just kind of reading up on the Mark Mitchell stuff. But, it's been a good summer. It's just been kind of hanging loose, just working. I have nothing new to report, nothing crazy. I'm just ready for football season, baby. That's what, it was kind of nice to take a little break of this, get refreshed, because I think we were really, scratching at the bottom of things, what to chat about there for the last 2 weeks. So it was a good sabbatical, but I'm back and I'm ready to talk some ball. But what's new with your crew? I see Luca's balling it up, baby.
He's actually, I hate to be this kind of dad, but I talked about it a little bit on the air recently. I'm sorry. This is, I guess, what you get. I get it now because I used to hear it all the time with Streeble. And you hear about Kellen and Wyatt, the Viper.
My favorite joke ever that Andy ever talked about on air was like, Streeble's kids win state every weekend.
It's crazy. And there's not like I'm never gonna be that kind of dad or that kind of guy where I'm like, I'm expecting, because Streeble's kids do this, my kids have to be competing at the ultimate level, and they have to be, like I remember Andy and him talking about like how Streeble has his kids, or maybe he didn't have them doing it, but they're just little machines that just go out there and they're just pumping weights, and they're whatever. Yes. That's their view of fun on the weekends. It's not gonna be my kid. I just don't see it happening. But man, it's been a journey, because Luca, he started football this summer right before he started his school or whatever time at Cal, and it's been such an interesting journey that I never perceived me as being football dad. Like I knew I liked
Really?
I like football, but
I could
like
smell
it.
that a mile away.
Really? See, I'm not a coach. I'm not a coach guy. I'm not a whatever. I just didn't see myself being like Strebel sitting out there drinking a Bush Heavy or whatever while my kids playing.
with the
I have to
lawn
hide it
chair.
because it's a Christian campus, so I gotta hide that I'm drinking the beer. But
You gotta hide your sin, honey.
Speaking
Put it in a
of which,
tumbler.
exactly.
Crack one.
Exactly.
Crack one,
Speaking of
baby.
which,
Pop that top.
but no, it's been a journey because Lucas, he's a first grader. He just turned 6, so he's like one of the youngest kids in his class.
Wow.
But he's big. He's really big for his age.
Yeah.
We talked about that before. He can't run the ball and all that kind of stuff. We talked about that. I was mad and whatever. But they put him out there on the offensive line, and he has kind of thrived out there. And it's like I feel kind of like an a-hole a little bit because I'm just kind of like I'm yelling like critiques and stuff to do, but here's the one thing they don't really tell you. You don't realize when you sign up for this is when you go to play for a private school at this age, you're going up. It's called Glypha, and you're going up against other regions and other schools, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And we have a team of 22 kids. I would say about 19 show up on a regular basis, right?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, that means you're playing both sides of the ball. You're doing everything. We show up day one. We show up day one to go, I think it was the Pigskin Classic. Every team has 45 plus players.
Shut it.
They are all, they don't look like me. That's what we just say it. There are kids on these leagues that are not young. There are kids that have either their parents, like my wife, even had the decision, should we hold Luca back? Should we hold him back like for a year or two?
Yeah.
These kids definitely got held back. I don't know if they're their own choosing or not.
Check
but
some birth certificates, honey.
There's some big boys at Luca. I felt so bad for him going out there. So one thing I didn't know, so like Cal, obviously at the high school level, they're great. It was so funny because my Paisan uncle Kenny Turry came out to one of the games and he goes now listen, son, because he used to coach football back in the day. He goes, all these boys are going to get recruited over by the time they get to high school. And I was like, you son of a bitch, you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth.
You stop
Luca's going to play. But he goes,
Luca's going to be great.
He goes, you go look at the high school roster and you tell me, and there actually are a few. There are quite a few that actually have come up through the program there. But it is funny just to be like, oh, yeah, like Jahide Brown. Jahide, have you always been here? Have you always been? I know you've been to Louisville, but have you always been? Yeah. Anyway,
he's like stepping into old Max Godby's shoes, right? And offensive lineman at Cal. That's like a protege of the station. Let's go.
Well,
especially the O-line show, the round table. He's just fitting right in.
Well, that's what I need. You know what was God? Do we know what Godby's number was? It was like 60 something, right?
Yeah. I wanted to say 69, but I don't know.
See, Luca got 68, and the best part? The best part is we roll up the coach, and I look at it. He goes, "Here's his number. We're out of a certain number, whatever." And I'll go, just one off from greatness. And the coach looks at me and he smiles because he can't. He's like, "This is a Christian school, just
because it's Christian school.
I can't laugh at these jokes."
So why would you laugh at that? I don't even know what 69 would mean.
I don't know what that means. What if it was a 6? What if it was a 6-7 joke? Maybe that's what I meant.
6-7. Yeah.
Which I still don't know what that means.
Of course that was. I don't know. No one knows what it means, but it's provocative and it gets the people going.
Exactly. But anyway, the main point is like one thing I will say though, and it set me off though because he's got a classmate who sits right next to him, and I'm like, oh cool. And he's like, oh, and Luca goes, he plays football too, and I'm like, oh, he does. I don't see him on your roster. He goes, oh yeah, he plays for the team we're playing against next week. And I said, what? I said, are you kidding me? Because I was like, you should be pissed at that kid. That kid should be in the trenches with you.
You are that parent. I can't believe you didn't think you would be this parent. I know that I'm going to be that. I'm going to be a worse football dad than football dads are.
Oh.
I'm going to be the biggest football dad of all time.
There's moms and dads. We all just line up out there with our little folding chairs, and we just sit there at the top of the thing and just yell out stuff at our kids. And then like coaches have to be like, hey, let us go. We're the coaches.
Focus. What did I tell you about focus? Get down in your stance. God, I would do it too.
We played collegiate football. You all go sit down. You all be quiet now. It's like kind of, and I'm like, oh, you're fine. You're right. It's you're right. Okay. But the one thing I'll say is like last game though. So the first 2 games, I mean, they just kind of. It's not terrible. Like they told me they were like Cal this level. Like when they played, they're just getting their ass kicked for like
handed to them
10 years kind of thing. First game was like 20 something to 6. The second game was like
they got on the boards.
Yeah. I don't think they scored a point last season. So like that that was
improvement.
Well, and then the second game was something kind of similar. And then yesterday they go out and play, and I'm fighting with my son right now because he got his hand injured, but he was out on the final plays of the game, and I was like, they lost 27-26 at home.
Okay.
They put it together. Like they literally were put together. We had a one play explosive drive. Luka was actually the kid who opened the hole for the running back to go up the middle. Yeah, I'm proud of him. I'm a proud dad. Sorry.
How exhilarating is that? How does that compare to like watching? Like, explain it for. Like, how does that compare to like watching?
It's better than watching U of L succeed.
Okay,
like
that's what
better.
I wanted to ask. But I was like, there's probably a lot of parents watching, so it sounds naive to ask this. But I just am curious.
No, it's weird to say that, but just seeing your kid, and it's also weird because I'm watching the game in a totally different. Like, I'm not even watching the quarter. Like, I'm not watching guys literally just only fumble the ball away every time. Like, I'm not watching that. I'm only watching what Luka does and like watching him set up blocks and whatever. And like, it's weird just to only watch that position and to see what he does and cheer for him. It's the best. It's great. I'm taking we're 11 minutes in and I've just spent it all talking about my own child.
That's good to like start off learning the O-line position, because I feel like that is honestly, a center especially, but like just the O-line, I feel like that just gives you such a good grasp on the entire offense. I feel like that would be like a very beneficial way to.
No, it does. It definitely does. It kind of resets it too. Like as a fan, you watch, and I'm just yelling and screaming about as a whole, and usually like Miller Moss and stuff like that. Now I'm like really just focused in on the trenches again, and it's a fun way to do it. And it's also kind of fun talking with guys like Jeffries. Oh, Honey's great. We love Honey.
Oh, this is a Honey channel. She's right. Speaking of children, I'm like, Honey, we're slowly getting better. We're in training right now. That's my version of watching my child play on the offensive line. It's me trying to train Honey. I will put her away if she does not. Stop.
No, she's good. She's
bad
good.
Parent. I'm too soft. I'm like, if I were a coach, I would kick some ass. I can't even tell my dog to stay without being like, I'm so sorry. Do you understand? I know you don't speak English, but try your best to sit down.
We love some Honey. We love Honey, but
good little Honey.
Anything different, new that you want to talk about? Anything? How's the dating life going, Anna? No, just kidding. I'm not gonna open that right away. Is it good? Is it better? Is it better? There's a twinkle. There's a twinkle. Guys, there's a twinkle in her eye.
I would say it's pretty good.
Okay, that's good. There you go. That's good. That's great to hear. See, guys.
Maybe I'll have more news. Like maybe I'll be a little. I have to check with the powers that be how public I want to.
I'm sorry. I just had to
but
throw the curveball.
I'm in a relationship. No, that's good.
Okay.
That's what we're here for. We're all family. Yeah, I'm in a relationship. So yeah.
Okay, I gotta ask. Is he a UK fan? Is he a U of L fan? Is he a fan of anything?
He's like kind of the worst of all that because he's both.
Oh no.
Which is like, you can't be both. You cannot. Scientifically no. I need you to stand up and pick a side.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let this play out. We're gonna give it some time. We're not gonna come. I don't know how long it's played out so far, but however hard and heavy we need to come later when it comes to the sportsmanship, he's got to pick.
Yeah.
You can't just stick with one.
And we're gonna make that happen. We're gonna make that happen.
Because we talked before. We talked before about how I had a friend who switched allegiances because of his dating life.
I'm getting heated just hearing that, because I told you about my girlfriend, and she was trying to choose lifelong UK fan. Her boyfriend is a diehard Louisville fan, and she's trying to cheer because she like felt bad. She's trying to cheer for Louisville. I'm like, that's despicable to me. I will say one good thing about him is that I was getting fired up about something recently. I can't remember what it was, and I feel like that would scare a lot of people. Maybe not in our industry; we're kind of used to it. But I feel like a commoner, let's say a civilian, they're a little bit like, okay, where's all this heat come from? But I feel like that is something that he does like about me. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna keep you around. He's like, I like when you get mad.
Oh, he likes when you get all pissed. Okay,
this could be bad.
What was it about? Was it football, basketball? Was it sports wise, or was it separate?
No, it wasn't even sports wise. It was just something else that I was just getting heated about.
Oh, so he can handle the Italian fury. Because
yes.
Nick and I, we all shied away from the Italian Fury and picked
no,
what's it called, the Anglos. We went sought out the Anglos.
You went Anglo. Even my cousin was like, he's the first one who hasn't been scared of you, and I was like, okay, good. We'll keep
there you go.
Then.
No, that's awesome. Well, I'm happy for you. That's we'll
thank
talk.
You.
Well, I won't pry too much into this, but I thought it would just be funny to ask. So it was good.
No, it's great
news.
Great question.
No, it's awesome to hear. Is he going to support and watch this? Is he going to like and subscribe? Is he going to
he's
do all
watching,
that? Or are we going to wait? Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah, he's going to, and he better like and subscribe.
Yeah, motherfucker. Anyway, all right.
Or it's over.
Yeah, or it's over. All right, so let's just get into like the news of the weekend, if you will. And I'm going to get your reaction of what you think. But basically, a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of turmoil, but over the weekend, we've had a lot of back and forth there with potential guys that UK was looking at. We had the kid who ended up going to BYU, Kohler, who was from Michigan State. That one, it was something that kind of scared, I think, a lot of Kentucky fans or people just thinking, is Mark Pope going to do this again? Where they have a guy who wants to come to Kentucky and for all intents and purposes is ready to be a Wildcat, but now he's flirting with another guy because he's white and pasty and he'll fit that BYU stereotype that Mark Pope loves to have.
White and nerdy.
But yesterday, you get your answer last night. Mark Mitchell commits to the University of Kentucky after, and I guess we have to give him his credit or whatever, but Streble's favorite guy, Matty Bangs, was out there putting out basically that he had been getting enrolled or trying to apply to the University of Kentucky to get enrolled there as well. And I think all the pieces were there. Everybody kind of knew it was going to happen, but Kentucky gets Mark Mitchell, he coming from, I guess, getting that fifth year, I guess that coveted kind of fifth year that a lot of guys are looking for right now. And unfortunately, on the Louisville side for me, we'll have to talk about how that's playing out on that side too. But he gets it because his is coming through Kentucky. I think it was actually a local judge here locally, because I remember Phil Baker talked about it, saying that it's actually a guy who came through Ballard who's like a Louisville fan, and like the funniest thing would be for him to deny his injunction just cause. But
did it?
But it was not the case there. He was Mark Mitchell was a two-time All-SEC selection, averaged 18.3 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 3.6 assists last season. He was also did a stint at the University of Kentucky, and I went back and I looked at some just for some numbers to do some research, and I was like, oh, let's see what his output was like against Louisville. And it's good. It's good. He was the second highest scorer, but then I remembered, oh yes, this was the Kenny Payne era. But he put up 20 points. 8 for 11, right? But hey, he was one of their better players. I think that was one that he had returned from an injury, if I remember correctly, back in the second season. Yeah, back in the second season of the Kenny Payne era that I'm still trying to wash out of my brain.
You need EMDR therapy.
Exactly.
Therapy.
I need a lot from that. I still haven't gotten over it. And I'm obligated to say this. Nick Valvano wanted year 3 of Kenny Payne at Justin Soforo at ESPN Louisville.com. But anyway, another interesting tidbit about him, and then now I'll finally shut up and give the mic over to you. But good. First, he's actually the first player to have played for both Duke and Kentucky basketball.
I don't like that.
I
feel icky about that.
Mm-hmm. I found it interesting. Out of all the top talent out there, all the guys, I guess more lately is really the only time that you really had all that kind of flux of the transferring in and out. So I guess it's not super surprising, but it is kind of surprising that like we've had guys play for Louisville, Kentucky. You know what I mean? We've had guys play for how many different teams and have so much crossover over the years. It is kind of surprising that a top tier,
even coaches go back and forth, like Jay Lucas and
Yeah, so you got guys like that. And this is the first time that a player at the University of Kentucky will have played for Duke previously. I guess just your reaction as a Kentucky fan, just give me, because it's been a while since we've really talked about all this, just like your reaction of how you're feeling. I see right here, Trice 187 has got to check in now with how Anna feels about Pope. Have these last few months won her back? Strebel is all in now.
No, why would it have one rebound? And Strebel knows better than that. Strebel, who I personally give credit to,
Is that your guy?
Sorry,
is that your guy, or is that a different guy?
No, I think that's a different guy.
sorry, buddy. Sorry to break the news for you, my guy.
Can I tell you, I honestly thought that they were being sarcastic at first because I'm not super knowledgeable right now. I'm just writing out vibes and a little bit of knowledge, but we'll get there. Just check back in during the season. But no, Strebel, I'm like, how are you bought back in right now? I don't get that because he was the one from the beginning. I feel like I was trying to give Mark Pope credit where I could, and he just, called him out immediately and really had his number there. So I'm surprised he could get bought in so easily. But I think a lot more of that is just riding on the good luck, bad luck, the bad luck for Louisville in the legal battles with the players and just their whole roster right now and the seemingly good luck for Kentucky. But I think it is very good. Mark Mitchell, he's proven. He's got a lot more experience than Malachi Moreno, right? I think that was a large part of the thing with him last year in the front court was just seemingly adjusting to the college game, whether that was hand strength, just bodying inside. There was a few possessions he just didn't look like he knew where he was or what he was doing. So I think even just having that type of experience in your front court is very, very good, especially with Moreno coming back. We love that. But it's almost like, what are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that type of physicality? It doesn't change how I feel about Pope at all, not even a little bit, in a way that it's not that I guess maybe I'm so nearly like bought out and disinterested. Maybe that's too pessimistic, but if you're looking at the data, I don't know how it could be. I don't know. We'll see what he does with it. This is a product that is already developed, which is good, but it is, again, he overthought his system so deeply last season and didn't even know what to do with the talent that he had that, I don't know. I don't really trust him not to mismanage other talent. I think I'm just having fatigue from last season where the transfer portal looked great. You had a guy coming off a national championship coming to your team, and it just felt like it was all squandered. They didn't know how to play together. So good addition. And then I don't know. You can maybe clarify this for me. So he has committed to Kentucky's, but does that mean he is enrolled and he's, has the school accepted him? Because I know that was the thing at least like 48 hours ago where the battle isn't over. You've won one small piece of it by the courts saying yes and that you're committing to Kentucky and interested in Kentucky. But I mean, do you have to be does he still have to be accepted and do that whole thing like with the friggin' Z of Isich?
Let's say this. I'm not really concerned about that, man. Kid was at Duke. Kid was at Duke for a semester. No offense, Kentucky. No offense to the academics of the University of Kentucky. You got a little bit more
time to work it out in that circumstance,
and he was at Missouri. I would imagine if people are smart and and have the foresight, and we've been talking about Mark Mitchell all week. We've been talking about like this breaking, we'll just, on pins and needles of when is this going to break. I would imagine they've gone out of their way to make sure and that they can pull the right strings to make sure that he gets admitted to the program. To me, it's an interesting. And you get enrolled and get admitted. I don't love the last second. Just because same thing with Louisville right now, where they're trying to figure out what is going on there with Seth Trimble, especially given I guess. Was that the it's the Colorado? I have it in here. It was the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals in Colorado, but I'm guessing that is a federal case. While this was a state case, that's the most I'm getting out of this. Also, I'm tired of. Can we never do this again? Can we stop having to talk about like legalese with our sports?
That's how I feel.
Is there a way to separate
exhausting.
this? Mm-hmm.
Why has it turned into this? Like, I feel like I have to be a fucking paralegal to even follow recruiting now. What is this? We're all going to be lawyers by the end of it.
I read through where like Mike Rutherford, Car Chronicle broke it down. Ruth Dick, where I wrote down where he broke it down, like just exactly how it works out and what's happening. I guess let me get into that real quick. So we have the Kentucky side where because he had done it through the state in the state of Kentucky, and it's for all intents and purposes. That was approved, and that was they had sided with him that they were eligible for a 5th year. And then you have the other side, which are a lot of other players, including Seth Trimble and some other big names had gone through the Wisney versus the NCAA in Colorado, and that's through the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals. The court initially had ruled in favor of the players, but then the court, for the first time now, actually, when did they ever rule in favor of the NCAA? But now they had changed, they had flipped that. And at the same time, what was that, Friday morning, within an hour of U of L officially announcing Seth Trimble on the team, and when an hour later saying, yeah, guess what? Now he can't play. Now he can't play on the team. One of the interesting parts of that to me is Mike Rutherford actually pointed out that he had said that he had urged people on the air and via direct text messages to the university telling them, hey, you should have somebody guide Trimble to, join the state suit. But they didn't, I guess intents and purposes, they didn't listen. And then there's a lot of issues with that because
how is that not precedence, though? How is that? Why do you have to be part of the suit? Like, how is that not legal precedent? Is it? I don't know. We're not attorneys. We're fans. What is this?
Yeah,
how are we supposed to know? How are we supposed to keep up?
I'm so exhausted of it. I'm just so tired of it. It's just, at this point, I'm starting to understand the people that shift to the let's just wait till the freaking start of the year. Let's just wait till let's wait till we get here game day 1 and whatever roster we have here, I'll start cheering for them. As much as that's the opposite of what we do here, because then we wouldn't have a show. Then we wouldn't have ESPN Louisville going every day.
And that's
outside of Mark Blankenegger taking shots at Exactly. That's why we shut it down for a little bit. Let's see. Only problem with these 5th-year players is that you do risk losing them mid to late season on a court appeal. Yeah, I know some of them they had talked about. I think around November was when the appeals could be coming through. So it's like, or as early as February or as late as February as well. Go ahead.
I haven't been. I'm probably just having memory
dementia.
Dementia, yes. And that hasn't happened yet, right? Like, I guess has a court ruled on something, and then this has just happened so much with NIL, with 5th year, with the COVID year, with all that shit. I mean, there hasn't been a player that's had to sit out mid-season yet. Has that happened before?
Yeah, but okay. Somebody in chat, let me know. I'm trying to remember. Somebody's been ruled ineligible. There have been, but a lot of times when they do that
after already playing.
And okay, sorry. 101, whatever your name is, I see your comment. I actually have that on my list. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about Enes Kanter. We're going to. We can't not. We can't not talk about Enes Kanter.
He needs to shut the fuck up.
I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk about it. We'll get to it in a second. Anyway, I think overall, I really kind of want to steer away from the legalese talk, because at this point, all that really matters is that Kentucky's player, if you're on the Kentucky side, he's good to go. He's able to play. We got our guy, and Louisville did not. Louisville made the mistake, and there's still plenty of opportunities with Louisville to go back. Can we shift a little bit to Louisville real quick while we talk about this? I think overall, actually, sorry, real quick before we do that, what does Mark Mitchell mean for this team? I know you kind of, and I know I'm jumbled this whole thing up real quick, real early by bringing up the Louisville side of it. I think the one thing too that's really interesting to me though is that Mark Pope kind of really did shift to getting a lot more physicality. You talk about the way Louisville's kind of focused their portal class. A lot of people say that Pat Kelsey kind of emulated or tried to follow the Michigan blueprint, if you will, because it worked last year, and you're trying to get a lot of those big physical guys and kind of steering away a little bit more from that outside shooting, any kind of that. I think Mark Pope is trying to, give an injection of a little bit of that with a guy like Mark Mitchell. Milan Momcilovic is a big guy, but he really is just an outside shooter. So you don't have a ton of Malachi Moreno, you have some of that.
But needs vast improvement. And even with Mitchell, it's like, okay, great scorer, right? Yeah. But I wasn't overly impressed by, unless I read it wrong, like the rebounding. I don't know. I need to read, how many rebounds did he average a game?
I don't was 5.2 rebounds.
Right,
which is kind of low for a guy of his size.
For a big guy. So it's like you can't really label him as like a huge difference maker physically in the front court. he just seems like more of a scorer, which
He's a
is that
physical
what they
scorer,
need
yeah.
more of from a big man? Maybe with his, I need to watch more of his highlights. If he has his back, he has his back to the basket. Sure, they could use that. Can he post up? But then it's giving me Cal flashbacks. Is he going to use him that way? Is he even going to know how to use these physical players in his offense? Because I feel like he tried to do the same thing last season. It was a disaster. So Mark Pope, show me what you learned of how to use these guys. And, at least he's already developed. You have a front court player who's already developed, unlike Moreno, who he's okay. So he's not as much of a kid anymore. So I can say this. I just don't understand. I was very unimpressed with him last season. Very. And I just felt like he made some boneheaded plays. He lacked a lot of strength. And I don't know, like, it's great that he came back, but it's not like you're having Oscar Tshiebwe come back. It's nothing like that.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's kind of where I sit with it a little bit. Let's shift out big picture a little bit more. Like, as much as we want to focus on the players, I guess the way I look at it, and this is where I kind of go with James Trimble, and he has been an absolute. He's back. Trimble's back.
You just named him. You just double named it.
I did. He's gone full terrorist on Twitter this weekend.
I knew when I saw that Trimble thing happen, I knew he was gonna have a field day.
And I love, with that, but I love Strebel, but like some of this stuff is, I look at it, I'm reading it, and I'm like, buddy, like a weekend ago or however long it's been a coffee break since you were just talking about how not excited about your roster. You were, I guess, just these couple of small pieces are nice. I mean, it's not a small piece. Mark Mitchell is not a small piece. It is a very substantial piece. But I've also seen people now, because I was watching a couple of not highlights, but I guess fans reacting, and they're like, well, now you could have told me that Momcilovic and Mark Mitchell would have been the greatest pieces you could have gotten in the entire transfer portal, and now this is Kentucky has now propelled themselves in to the top 5 of whatever. And I'm like, okay, maybe, but you also, like, do we just forget about the coach that you have at the Reigns? Like, did we forget about what happened last season? Did we forget about how much money was poured into that roster? And again, I don't care. I don't care about the money. I don't care about Louisville, how much Louisville pays. I don't care how much Kentucky pays. I just don't. If you have the money and you can buy the best roster, go buy the best damn roster and go win a national championship. Right. I said that when I thought Kentucky was going to be a top whatever team when they beat Purdue in that exhibition game.
Don't bring that up.
When they did that, and everybody,
I was like, we're national champs, baby. I was ready to hang a banner.
You all went 6 to midnight so fast. Like you all were. Have
we no shame? Have we learned nothing?
It was sweatpants and Viagra parties for UK fans. That's all it was. That's what it was. Everybody was excited. Everybody did it, and it just did it way too fast. And
I had a huge boner after that.
Exactly. It's just, sometimes you just. Shoot your wad too early. I had to say it. I don't know what to say. And that's kind of what happened. That's what happened. I know, but I did it. I sat there and I watched that team and I was like, huh. Maybe,
I was like, we are national champs.
And I was like, shit, I said, shit, they bought themselves a national championship. They did it. What
I think is interesting here is that you would think, and I know I've spoken about this before, it's not a new point, that, you would think you have more material and data in the transfer portal than you do with high school recruits. But I think I have found that it is harder to predict how a class will turn out, a transfer portal class. So when you're killing it in the transfer portal, it's almost less predictable than just like being a great high school recruiter. And I don't know whether that's, these guys, their ego is more formed, how they play the game is more formed, whatever. But is honestly, we thought coaching would become what's the word I'm looking for? Like less. There's a word. this dementia is kicking my ass.
No, it's
like less
you're
important.
Getting back in the game. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm getting back in the game. I'm rusty.
Yeah, it takes a second.
More superfluous. Like coaching would be like an NBA coach, right? Like you're more like
it'd be second nature. It'd just be second nature.
Honestly,
you just kind of forget about it, or you just do it without.
I honestly feel like college coaching, it's almost, with the unpredictability of these rosters, it's almost more important. Your system and getting the right guys for your system is honestly more important than it was before. I feel like bad coaches are getting exposed greater, which I thought the opposite would happen. I thought it would be like NBA coaching, right? Where you're just managing egos and managing a roster. But I have found that it's now harder to identify these elite coaches. I mean, like you have a Dusty May, you have, Rick Pitino, you have these other guys out there where people like
John Calipari.
You have these guys. I can't even remember his name. Who's the guy at Baylor?
Scott Drew.
It's like people are getting exposed, right? I don't know. So that's not what I would have expected with this transfer portal stuff. So prevalent now. If that made sense at all.
It does.
I know that we really had to find our way in that take.
Hey, it's one of those things. It's that muscle memory stuff. Sometimes you realize it gets a little bit like I mean, whenever I had to sit down talking the other day on the radio, I was like, "What the hell am I doing here?" I was like, "I don't have questions." Scotty D came on, and I was like, "What the hell do I have to ask Scotty D right now? Like, what I have? Give me a story."
I'm like, "What's a basketball?"
No, I get but I think you brought up a good point and good question because I do kind of wonder that, and I think this is going to be one of those years that really exposes a lot of these coaches. Like, I'm looking in the mirror, I'm looking at my guy, Pat Kelsey, because I said from the beginning that's why I wanted to make sure he got the best. Exactly. Oh, Black Kelsey. But which, by the way, I'm still angry about.
That was the funniest tweet ever.
I'm so upset because Diener's talking about it. I had the sound or whatever, and like Strebel's yelling about it, knows what I'm talking about. But like I was cutting that sound, or no, I was going through the sounds for the mixtape, and I'm like, the whole time I'm hearing it, I'm just pissed because he's just like, I gotta give Mike Rutherford credit, and I love Mike Rutherford. Mike's my guy, but I was the one who called that out initially, and Mike even quote tweeted me.
I was so proud of you. That was
like
my proudest moment of you on Twitter.
Thank you.
I was like, that's my boy.
It was one of those moments, and I appreciate. I mean, but even like Mike had like quote tweeting me. Not that this matters. Not that I need my flowers.
It does matter.
But when
it's a great joke, and it matters.
Yeah, thank you. But when the vice president of the place that I am halfway employed at, so whatever you want to call whatever I do here at, goes out there
where I am doing community service hours.
Yeah, he goes out there and gives the credit to Mike Rutherford and not me, not somebody who's here. It was just It's I don't know if he knows my name. I don't know if Dina even knows who I am. I'm just walking
hello,
there.
Dina.
Like, hello, have you met me? Have we met before?
I don't know if he knows my name. I don't know if he would recognize me on the street.
He's a better chance of you than me. But anyway, but no, that hurt. But it's fine because I'm also referencing all the stats and stuff that Mike Rutherford.
You're like, I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm not.
But I'm also referencing that he said all the stuff. Anyway,
like what's worse though? Like getting not credit for like breaking some type of story or fact or like a really great joke that's attributed to somebody else. I would go so far as to say the joke.
Yeah, I'd rather
facts are gonna come out, but like jokes like that would kill me to my soul. I think that was my material.
Well, the thing is, because I remember when it happened, I had seen it on Facebook, and Facebook is where they had the photo where it looks very much like African American Kelsey. And that's where I saw it.
It looks like he's in Boys to Men. Like it looks, I don't know what it looks like.
His hair's all lined up. He's got a full head of hair, which he even commented that he's like, I don't have a full head of hair. But yeah, it doesn't even really look like him.
Where do you get that melanin? They sprinkled that extra.
But like because I had to go in and screenshot that, edit it, and put it on Twitter. With quote tweeting from the thing. Yeah, because on the one on Twitter.
Like, I had to get a graphic design degree. Okay.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you'll see something on Facebook and I'm like, I'm not going to share it on Facebook. Let's go to Twitter, find the same post because everybody posts the same damn thing on every platform. So I'm like, let's go into Facebook. Let's find that post. Let's quote tweet it. And it didn't exist on Facebook. So I had to go do the extra work to go out there and put out Black Kelsey. And that's all I asked. I just asked for a little bit of credit about Black Kelsey. That's all I wanted. Just a little attribution for your boy. That's all I wanted.
Put out Black Kelsey. You put in work. You deserve a damn Emmy over Black Kelsey, and I will nominate you.
At least a Marconi. That's all I asked. Just something like that. I just wonder. Light. Part of me wonders, like, would that joke have made it?
Black Kelsey.
but like, would that joke have made it into the ether? Not as quickly. No. I don't think it would have. But I
don't think it would have at all.
I do feel like Mike is the kind of guy that would have put that together pretty.
Picks up on the racial.
Him or like Nick Coffey. I could see those guys doing it. But like, just like my what's the who impregnated me bit or whatever. I had to get it first. That's it. That's all I had to do. Anyway, but back to your point and what you were saying though, and I appreciate. We're just back at it. I love doing this. I love doing the show. But thanks.
I'm just laughing about the who impregnated me bit because I haven't thought about that in a minute.
I've sat like in deep thought, and I'm like, will I do this again this season? Will I do it this season? Can I do it for football season? I think it's more of a basketball thing. But like depending on how good the football season goes, then maybe I could. But going back to our point about the players and the coaches, and I think it's interesting because Strebel brought up a point. And I don't think Strebel's completely off when he says that Pat Kelsey's kind of diverted from what he normally has. You know, the white shooters, more guard heavy and going after some of these big men, having Flory Badunga, having Alvaro Fogueres, and having players like that in the system now. But it's something that I just kind of wonder is the same thing for Mark Pope. Shifting, guys like Colin Chandler leaving, guys that, somewhat looking like a BYU kind of like school, you know what I mean? Like a lot of heavy shooters. It does make me wonder how this will pan out. And if because it really doesn't I don't really feel like the game's changed enough in a way that you have to play by one way and that's the only way to win. Like the game of basketball to me has not changed that much. Like if you have enough good shooters and they're knocking down shots, they should win. Just like Louisville had the problem was they were missing all their freaking shots. And that's why I was filling my diaper because they were not hitting shots and we just won't go away from the 3-pointer. But we had nobody inside who could bang down low. So anyway.
Right. And I'll say this. I think a lot of it has to do with coaching philosophy, right? But I think a lot of the bigger picture is, at least with Mark Pope, was his players wouldn't play hard for him. And that has never been a critique of Pat Kelsey. I mean, his players always, no matter what position you put him in, no matter what it was, he got the best out of what he had on the floor. And I think that's a big piece that people are missing with Pope. When critiquing him, because he beat Rick Pitino, or there was certain games that you can hang on to, but to have your players consistently play hard for you, that's just baseline of what you want in your coach, and to not have that feels foundational. So I don't care what pieces you put together. Like I think it's easy for me to be like, oh, like I'm really I haven't been plugged in or paying attention, but I think also it's just part of it is like, who knows with this Joker what we're going to get out of this team. I have no prediction to even be excited about, because who's going to even show up and want to play for him after what we saw last season and what was said in the media from the players themselves, or the Gonzaga players or whoever it was. Like we knew that they were going to quit. So it's like, sure, great that you have this piece, but at least with Pat Kelsey, back to your point, his players will play hard for him. I think he does something right in that. At least he's like coaching in a clear way. The roles are defined, and each player knows what is expected of them, and he's made it clear what he what he wants to get out of them.
Yeah, it's interesting though when you bring up that, because I am fighting with myself about that with Mark Pope, because every time that I want to discredit his coaching and say that I don't believe in him and he's cheesy, he's goofy, he's all these different things. I mean, both him and PK have their own issues that people bring up.
Cringe issues.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely right. But I look at him, and then the thing that shocks me is you go to his resume, and he has these wins over coaches that he has no business beating.
Right.
Rick
That's
Barnes,
what's confusing.
John Calipari, Rick Pitino. And Rick Pitino was one that I kind of just was like, Rick always something
fuck?
About Kentucky has an issue, and maybe he was, I don't know.
Even his coaching protege or whatever. You know what I mean? You get in his head. It's the ego thing. Anytime the ego could be involved. Yeah.
I tried to put that in my head, but it just doesn't make sense. Well, I go to Pat Kelsey, who has been, like I said, for the most part, pretty reliable to win all the crap games. But every time you get somebody with a pulse, you get your ass handed to you.
Point.
So
this is a great point, Soforo.
The season's going to be
what would you rather have?
Yeah.
But okay, and here's what I'll say. What would you rather have? For me, there's further upside with a Pat Kelsey, because you're having a more consistent product. At least your players go out there and play your ass off. So give it a little bit more time, and maybe you can recruit or build to that level where you could beat those coaches. But with Mark Pope, it's the fact that it's almost like a repeat of Calipari. It's okay, sometimes you win, sometimes you can't. Who's going to show up that day? The best coaches to me are just the most consistent, and I don't know. It almost comes down to a leadership respect thing. And I don't know. I would rather have a coach like Pat Kelsey than without the marquee wins, but what you're going to get, the product, and then an unreliable, you're in this up and down state. I just can't stand that, because to me that just shows who who wants to believe in you or play for you if you can't play to your best ability every game? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just I just don't see sustainability in that. To me, that's more cracks the foundation.
The only devil's advocate to that, I hate devil's advocate. It's an argument my wife and I have all the time because I'm like, you're devil's advocate to everything I say. Like, just every single time, there's always going to be something. She does
Not
it all
you?
the time.
Good
it's not,
yes, justice for Sarah.
No, it's so I'm the one that's like, no, okay, that makes sense. And she's like, oh, well there's this reason. I'm like, shut the. No, I don't really say that, but I'm like, you're supposed to be on. Whose team are you on? It's like one of those things. It's like no, that's not what I need. I don't need. Lie to me and just say that you agree with whatever I say. That's the important part. I could be wrong.
Whose team are you? So she was doing it to you. It's not like arguments between you all. It's like you. No, I get this completely. I get this completely. I will bitch about something and be like, well, from their side, I'm like, do not their side me.
Yeah. I don't need to hear their side.
I am 100% in agreement with you. No, you're on my side. It made me feel good about my rage. Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Exactly. No, it's the same thing. It's like with my son. Like if somebody
did whatever for me.
Yeah. That's the way I look at it. Like I'm loyal to my
die.
Loyalty means something to me. Like it is one of those things. It's a battle we have. But
don't talk logic.
Exactly. Also, shout out real quick. Sorry, I passed over that one comment by Drew. But Drew Hoskins said Bediako was eligible for a few games, but also just wanted to shout out Drew. Appreciate it. He's one of our members of the channel. Guys, if you haven't already and you haven't considered joining the member squad, join the member squad. There's going to be so much going on here on the channel now. I promise. I know it's been a wasteland. It's been dead. I'll be honest. I work multiple jobs. I get my kids in football. I do a little bit of everything. And it's just hard to do it all the time. And I'm trying to find a way to get back into it and do it. But now we're going to have some help. There's going to be guys at the station. If you like Andy Strebel, it's funny too, because I know a lot of people that watch this channel and that, that get a lot of the stuff we do here are watching it organically and not seeing it, as part of ESPN Louisville before. But you're going to have some of those personalities. The guys you see rotating over here in the corner, Zach and TJ, but anyway, no. But like Andy and all of them, they'll be on there for sure, and we'll be having their shows live here, and I'm gonna be working on that. So we're excited about what we're gonna bring here. Also, do want to shout out our friends over at Boom Boss Pizza, the very best crafted for you pizza, beer, and shareables in the Highlands, Westport Village, J-Town, Jeffersonville, and at E-Town. When you stop at Boom Boss Pizza, make sure you shout out ESPN Louisville there. I was there actually just this Friday. It was funny because Andy sent me a text with an idea about content for the EL Plus channels and shows, and I thought he was calling my fat ass out for being at a pizza place, because he does that randomly where he knows that I'm somewhere and he'll see me and I'll just get a text from Andy and I'll just be like, oh shit, now somebody saw me. And it was at Boom Boss at Hurstbourne, and I was like, it doesn't seem like the one he would go to, but I'm like, hey, it was packed.
He was there. I've never seen Andy in the wild.
He's caught me out in the wild a few times, but no, he wasn't there that time. That time it was just, there were a lot of people watching, I guess the Louisville volleyball game was happening. I didn't know how packed it got for volleyball games, but people packed Boom Boss Pizza, or they just love Boom Boss Pizza. It's good stuff. Anyway, make sure you check out that. They're big sponsors and with EO Plus as well. And just to kind of move on a little bit, I want to move forward. We talked about this. Like I said, congratulations to Kentucky getting Mark Mitchell. It's a big boost moving into the season. Can Mark Pope utilize him to the best of his abilities? We'll see. We'll see. That is yet to be determined. Let me I do want to shift, but I have a few comments that people are asking. Trice says the big question now for Strebel is, what are the expectations for UK this year, especially since he now believes that UK is better at every position than U of L. Yeah, if you haven't been on Twitter and if you haven't seen Strebel recently, he is either I don't fully understand what has gone through his mind, but everything now is a battle, and everything is, I'll take my roster over your roster. Mark Pope is the greatest coach ever. Pat Kelsey is cringe. I mean, he
needs to quit.
Well, some of that is I look at it and I love him, and I just smile. I look at it, I just look down at my Twitter. I'm trying to find the tweets right now, and I just have to smile because there's nothing else there's really I can do.
It's just Strebel. Well, okay, my issue with it is that, he down low is a Mark Pope hater. Yeah. So don't put on this bravado. And I love you, James Strebel, okay? Yeah. But he doesn't really like Mark Pope. So you're right. This is just rivalrying. He doesn't really mean this. He's gloating.
No, I'm trying to understand. Like, I'm like, I don't understand how you can go from last season to this season or into the next season outside of, and I guess it's just people have that amnesia. They get hit with it. They get hit with the Pat Kelsey train.
I have dementia, but not about Kentucky basketball.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing I will remember. That is the one thing. You know what? Let's just. I'm sorry. I've seen the comments. I've seen the tweets. I can't throw it up there right now because the video is not our video. It's from like a stream of. I think it's Brick Centers who tweeted it out, but it's like an actual broadcast video, so I can't really show it. But Enes Kanter was just kicked out of a WNBA game after a player got triggered by his pro woman shirt, is what it says on here.
Oh, that's what it was. So, okay, yeah, I don't know the full story.
He is.
I know what he's doing, and I have thoughts about that.
Well, if you have thoughts, we have another our friend. Their close friend. This was played on mixtape. It was also played quietly on. I'll just play Caller Joe. Caller Joe is a big UK fan. He's older. He's in his 70s, but he's a self-proclaimed liberal, and he had comments about Enes Kanter, and I'll just play that now.
What an enforcer for Miss Caitlin Clark if we can get the young man or woman or what. I don't know what he is. I mean. Hell, I used to love the guy, but he never played for Kentucky. I think we might have won a national championship if he could have played that one year, but we didn't get that luxury. They said no. The young man had a great NBA career until he started getting political, and they blackballed him. So is the WNBA ready for a 6'10", 250-pound whatever Enes is on that particular night? He might be non-binary come that first game. I don't know. He might ruin the whole damn thing if he comes out that. So it's beyond my pay scale. At 74 years old, I think I know what a woman is, but after the WNBA, I'm not so sure.
Joe,
but I'm going to stick with Enes being whatever he is on that particular night. God love him.
Comments from Anna Tarullo.
I think I know what. Okay, I mean. Getting into the whole
I wish
thing,
he played for Kentucky. Now I wish he actually got to play for Kentucky.
They could tag that to this shit.
Yeah, just so it was really, really a part of it. So there was all like, not only does UK have this many players in the NBA, UK men's basketball is now putting WNBA players. Yes.
Here's my issue with it. Like, no matter where you stand on this debate. I've been outspoken about it on Twitter. I think most people, maybe if you're watching this, you would know where I stand about that. I feel like the reason we separated sports is because there are biological differences. It's not spiritual, it's not mental, it's not emotional. So if you are, let's say you believe that you are a woman born in the wrong body, you're still in the opposite body. So it's like, what are we fighting? Why do we separate the sports at all? If that's the argument. So whatever. That's what I'm for. I think, I don't know. Take from that what you will, okay? But what Enes Kanter is doing, there are no trans people in the WNBA. Like, you were trying to make this about you. You were trying to protest something that doesn't need to be protested, is how I feel. It feels irritating to me. There's no trans people in the WNBA that's not allowed. So, like, if there were, I'd be like, okay, you can make a show of the rules and, like, show. To me, it's all about logic. Like, if you can argue back at me with logic about why are sports separated to begin with, like, just, logic from head to toe, literally. Let's be logical about things, right? Yeah. Okay. But it just feels like an attention grab. And it's like, you were making a mockery of the issue by trying to make it like an exhibition when there are no trans people in the WNBA. So why are you doing this, right? Like, you're not really serious about it. You're trying to make it about you.
Yeah. He's part of the Clay Travis kind of group, right? Isn't he? Like, doesn't he work for him now?
Right. I think so. But it's just like, what? I don't know. It's just at the end of the day, I'm taking your argument less seriously when you're doing something like that rather than just speaking fact and logic unemotionally, right? But I will say like, and I haven't seen the video or anything. I don't know if he was talking first or if she, let's say this player was just upset about his shirt or about him being there. I just don't like how much emotion is injected in the WNBA. Just play the fucking game. Just ignore the noise. I mean, what do we tell NBA players, right? So, and it even pisses me off too. It's like, what did we tell LeBron James all these years? And I'm not like for or against whatever he was saying, but like shut up and dribble. But then we expect everybody to have this big old opinion on this debate. Like, you know, people like, I don't know, whoever, like, Caitlin Clark, step up and say something. It's like, why are men called to just be basketball players, but like the women can't? Just play the game. Just not every. It's so political. Just I don't know. It's tiring. It's exhausting in a league that I feel like is always embroiled in this drama. It's like that's not a great outlook for a women's league either. No. That's not a great look. That there's always some drama and shit to talk about. But I'll have to see the video to comment more on Enes Kanter, but. For now, no matter where I stay on the debate, and I'm maybe agree with Enes's views on it, but what I don't agree with his actions and what he's doing, you know, I think it's making a mockery of it.
He's becoming a sideshow. Yeah. It's just like, it doesn't look like you're
protesting nothing. There's no biological men in the WNBA.
Yeah. Well, it's like if in your mind, if you think you're helping somebody, whatever your political beliefs are, if you're making a joke of it, if you're going out there and you're just looking like the sideshow act, I don't think anybody can really respect the way it's being handled from you.
Right. It's like, are you standing up for truth or are you just, I don't know.
And it tries, why is this other thing? Oh, right, midterms. It might be it. Maybe it was what it was.
And who's paying him to do it? Somebody's paying him to do it.
Anyway, I won't keep us on him too long. I just wanted to touch on that just because I thought that sound was funny.
I can go further, but I'm trying to keep it.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it safe, I guess. Politically, get shut down after one day.
I'm scared.
Anyway, Walden goes, the bobblehead looked like Malcolm. You know what? You're not wrong. He did look kind of like Malcolm X. He did look kind of like. Striebel's right that Kelsey is changing his recruiting style, but it's complete projection to assume we'll have the same problem that UK had. Still might not work, but Rig is hoping it doesn't work. Yeah, that's what Striebel does. He's a hater. Yeah. He's a grade one hater. That's what he wants. He wants to hate on your team. He's gonna always go against your team. All right. I think there's just one last little part that I wanted to play for you, and then we can kind of wrap it up for today. This is the first time back, just to kind of ease into it. And then tomorrow, next show, I think will kind of be more of our preseason. College football talking, see what we expect, talk about expectations, talk about where we go from there. But I don't know exactly your feelings on Will Stein, but Will Stein recently, did you hear his mic'd up segment where he was yelling at the players and coaching them up? Did you hear any of that?
I didn't watch it. No, I need to.
I'm going to play that, and then I'll give you Striebel's reaction to it.
We got 64 minutes of work from now. That's it. 64 minutes. What is it going to look like? What's your strain gonna look like? Let's go, TG, turn up.
Okay. That was a clip that UK put out, and it's him. Okay. How do you view that?
I love it. It sounds good to me.
Okay. So,
what's not to like?
Well,
what's your strain gonna look like? Let's go, TG, turn up.
You know what that sounds like? Sounds like something Pat Kelsey would do. It's a freaking little pitty Pat. Try hard, performative Kelsey. That's a Pat Kelsey move. He does bleep like that during practice. I've seen it. We've all seen the clips where he's like, and he's running around, he's hanging on the rim. I'm throwing shoes. Bro, that's a Pat. That's what pisses me off the most, Baldy. It looked like something that little freak Pat Kelsey would do. That little dork. That's what makes me the angriest about it. He pulled a Pat Kelsey.
I think we can evoke.
He looked and sounded like Pat. And all the little fans, no, he doesn't. No, do you know your coach? Have you seen your coach these last 2 years? And 100% is a Pat Kelsey move, and you all know it. You all know it deep down. You know that Pat Kelsey pulls this bleep at practice all the time.
How much do you miss that? Do you miss him? Do you just miss that?
I miss him every day. I do.
Okay.
I do. Okay, wait. I just don't understand what's wrong with what he said.
I think it's more of like what I commented, because I remember when it happened, and when they put out the video, and I watched it, and Strebel tried to like defend it. At first, he defended it. At first, he was like, "It's whatever. Don't act like whatever." And I said, Strebel, if you watch the video and he's on his mic and he's yelling and screaming, it kind of looks. It reminds me of Michael Scott. It kind of reminds me of like, you know what I mean? It looks like something Michael Scott would do on The Office, like trying to hype up the team in The Office. That's what it reminds me of. And like
Maybe
Scott
it's like a visual component that I'm missing.
Yeah,
that
I think
it's
it
like
is.
I'm not. I think it is. I think I need to watch it.
Yeah,
because right
check
now
it
I'm
out.
just like, okay, the difference is that between Pat Kelsey and I guess maybe your coaching style doesn't really change, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like Will Stein has some credibility. I mean, that Oregon offense was fire, right? So it's like he automatically has credit and points with me that I feel like he knows what he's doing, right? I don't know. I trust his mechanisms to hype people up, but maybe he has a little bit. Maybe he was around Dan Lanning too long. Maybe he was doing too many sniffing salts of Dan Lanning or whatever they were sniffing. I don't know, but
if you're up in that corner of the world. Of America, I don't know.
Well, now I need to watch it. The last thing I want is a damn Michael Scott coach. Also, I just want to bring up the fact that Liam Cohen confirmed what we all knew, that like even fucking Mark Stoops could make an NFL like great coach look like a piece of shit. He was like, the worst decision I ever made was to come back to fucking Kentucky. It's like, that's about. And I want to say at my new job, I had somebody in my office the other day. Yeah, he said that was his biggest regret was coming back to Kentucky. Yes.
That's a gut punch. That is like, as a fan and as everybody,
You fucking assholes. I'm going to shout out to every Kentucky fan who was up my asshole for saying that Stoops ruins everybody. Like, shout out to you bitches because I was right. And he said what I had been saying the whole time. Shout out to you bitches. And also, I would say, I had somebody in my office the other day at my job now, and huge Texas football fan, and we were talking, and they were like, they knew their shit, and they were talking about Mark Stoops, and I was like, yeah, the funny thing is, he's at your program now. He's on your staff now. They were like, no, they're not. And I was like, yeah, he is. No, he's like, no, he's not. I was like, yeah, Google it. And so they did. They were like, no. I was like, that's the reputation Mark fucking Stoops had. Oh, you're paid. And they even brought up like how overpaid he was. I was like, for us being in this little local bubble where we pretended like he was great for so long when everybody had his number and they knew. And like, only fucking Mark Stoops can make Liam Cohen look
just
Scott
Satterfield. Scott Satterfield got him paid. Scott Satterfield got him paid.
100%. 100%. And Barnhart's low IQ ass. I'm sick. I'm so glad we don't have to kiss his ass anymore. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I lost it there for a second. You took me out with the up my asshole. I didn't know we'd get you to say up one in the first time back on the air.
And I thought that I lost my touch. All I need is a little anger to spin me up and get me going. Maybe we should root. I think my radio success depends on our teams being frustrating as fuck.
Yeah,
it's the only time
just a little bit there. But I love it. That took me out. Let's see a couple more of these. Had to launch the optical lab early tonight, so it's always great to have you all on Sundays tonight. Appreciate it. Yeah, hey, hopefully we're hoping to bring this back. I think it's his job. It's like he's saying he's at work. I think is what he takes. Take it as I'm at work doing this, so I'm happy to have you all while I'm working. It's probably I think
your coworkers.
It is all deflection. Yeah.
The shoe throwing.
Okay. Pat Kelsey has this cheesy thing. Where
I just thought of George W. Bush. That's what I thought of.
Oh, right. It's similar. No, it's if your shoe comes off during practice and he gets to it first, he launches it. And it is kind of, it's like how I'm teaching my toddler to keep his shoes tied during football practice or something like that. It is a little dumb. There's a lot of dumb things that PK is done.
Wear Velcro or grow up.
Right. After the ice cream truck and the concession stand fiasco, Stein doing open mic night is an improvement. For that's a
mic night is fucking funny.
It's so good. Yeah.
Oh, I did. I horns down the fuck out of them, and it was a patient. Okay, and I'm not violating him, but it was a patient. No, and they liked it because they said, horns up or horns down. It's publicity either way, baby. You're still hooking them, and I said, God damn, you got me on it. Damn,
see, that's good. That's good. She's thinking right. She's thinking right. That's what. Well, that's what Louisville fans need to think when they say the L's down.
Yeah, L's up, L's down. You're still throwing it, baby.
Yeah, they're thinking about your program. You're in their kitchen.
No PR is bad PR.
Like Blake used to say that.
Big dog way of thinking. Not big dog, that big dog. Well, that's like the badass way of thinking of shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like that's like the cool way of thinking. Like you're still talking about me.
Yeah, I was like now Big Dog's thing is DMing me and complaining
Big
about
Dog don't
what I'm
even-
saying, and so we're good now.
I'm
Big Dog and I are
following
friends
you
now. It's his friends. He sent me his
Good.
phone number. We're good. We're fine.
good.
We're besties now. Now it's good.
And I'm glad. We should have
And
him on
yeah.
the show.
Yeah, we should. I still don't. He's when he sent me his number, and I'm like, I still don't think he's gonna actually come on, because he said the same thing with Strebel, and he never did. But
I'll text him.
Okay,
That's
you
my
text
dog.
him. You text if we can get
Yeah,
Big
I'll
Dog
text him. I'll
preseason.
get his ass
Tell him I'll
on.
be nice.
I'll
Tell him
get
I'm
his ass on.
excited about the season. I'm excited about everything.
I'll tell him.
Anyway, guys, do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit the smash the like, subscribe, but whatever. It's been a while. I'm a little rusty. It is what it is.
Hit the smash button. Bye.
So anyway, no, it's been a fun hour back, finally back in this thing, doing it back in the saddle. Hopefully, like I said, the goal is to do this throughout the football season. This will be a really good place to react to the day after a lot of those games and to see how we're feeling as maybe UK football takes it to the next level with Will Stein, or I mean, it's a tough schedule. Let's see. Let's be honest. Here's my preview for UK football next year. Is no matter how good Will Stein is, it may still be a rough pill to swallow, because I just don't know how you get over that. And then Louisville football, you got first 3 weeks, and you're gonna kind of know what the team is, and then it's like, oh well, maybe it's
Per
done.
usual.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So anyway, I appreciate everybody. Anna, anything else that you need to get off your chest before we wrap it up tonight?
No,
All right, well,
L's down, horns down for life, baby. That's it. That's all I got.
All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. If you haven't already, do me a favor, like, smash, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you tune in and check out one of our nice sponsors, especially including Juice Fuel. With Juice Fuel, they bring the gas straight to your car, at home, at work, wherever you are. Skip the gas station for good. Use code ESPN and get your first month of VIP membership free. Download the app today, and we will see you all next time.